What's going on, everyone? It's Ozzy from OztalksHW, and today we're going to take a second look at a concept I reviewed back in May on the channel. We're looking for the cheapest video card that is capable of PC gaming. It's readily available, so it's not a lightning fast deal that's hard to find, and it's capable of being used in pre-built machines. And today, I think I found a pretty awesome solution for you guys. In my previous video, I took a look at a $60 750 Ti from AliExpress. Now it seems sketchy, but it was an authentic video card. It ran games wonderfully, and because it was an NVIDIA card without any external power, it worked on essentially all modern office computers. This means that you could plug it into a Dell, HP, or ThinkPad computer without any upgrades and it would run just fine. Since then, used video cards have dropped significantly in price. You can find AMD RX 570s and 580s for under $100 easily nowadays, but the issue is that although they're powerful, they're not compatible with office computers right out of the box. About 3 weeks ago, one of my friends, Budget Tech, clued me in on these $50 HP OEM RX 460s. I contacted a few eBay sellers for a review sample, and Central Valley Computer Parts was ecstatic to help, and they actually went above and beyond. If you message the seller Central Valley with the code OzTalks, then they will actually lower the price of the RX 460 from about $63 to $52 with free shipping in the continental United States, hence why this video card is now effectively $50 for this video. But enough about that. They sent me the card. What were my impressions? First impressions, it's pretty ugly. I can't deny that, but it is a solid performer. It comes with an HDMI 2.0 port, a DisplayPort 1.4 port, which kind of sounds weird saying that, and a dual-link DVI-D port. MSI also manufactures the original version of these cards, the Gaming X OC edition, and they sell it to HP for the OEM version of this card. This means that there isn't much difference between the standard version you might buy off Amazon or Newegg and this version that you can buy off eBay, except maybe the cooler and the PCB color. But talk and specifications are cheap. I've had enough experience with fake video cards to know that BIOS modifications can change the GPU Z readings, so let's put this thing to the test. For reference, I will also test out the Asus 750 Ti that I picked up from AliExpress almost a year ago. The test setup will also be on screen, and I used this setup to specifically minimize bottlenecks so the cards can run at their full potential. First things first, efficiency. Now the cooler does look a little weak, and in all honesty it is, but it's enough for the video card. After a 15-minute 8-64 GPU stress test, I peaked with a temperature of 66 degrees Celsius, which is about 44 degrees above my ambient temperature. With a mild overclock of 1290 to the core and 1780 to the memory, I had a peak temperature of 69 degrees Celsius, which is about 48 degrees above my ambient temperature. The total system power consumption during this stress test peaked at about 124 watts, but it averaged somewhere around 109 to 110. This means that it's perfectly fine for a pre-built or office computer when it comes to power consumption and temperature. In 3D Mark Firestrike 1.1, the OEM 460 was 9% faster than the 750 Ti, but around 6% slower than standard RX 460s. The cut-down shaders could play a part here. In every game but Fortnite, the 460 provides a noticeable improvement over the 750 Ti. The biggest disparity is Rainbow Six Siege, but the game heavily favors AMD cards over the competition, so take that with a grain of salt. Both cards provide a very playable experience, but the 460 gives an extra kick that can make a difference in tougher titles coming out later this year. Overclocking is 100% possible on this OEM 460, but because I didn't yield respectable results, I don't recommend it. With a mild overclock of 1290 to the core and 1780 to the memory, I had instability, so I had a lower score in 3D Mark than I did when it was just running at stock. Now you can dial it back a little bit, but you would only see a small improvement in performance, which isn't noticeable, but a noticeable jump in power consumption and in temperature. I also attempted locking the extra shaders on the 460 to the full version, so 896 to 1024, but again, no luck. I didn't brick my card, thank God, but nothing happened when I tried flashing it. I used the modded Gaming X OC BIOS that DeBauer posted on his overclocking website, so you can try this yourself. I know some people were able to unlock the extra shaders on their 460, though I haven't seen anybody able to do it on the OEM version. Now there are other unlocked BIOSes that DeBauer has posted, so you can try those, although I don't recommend that because that'll be mixing different BIOSes together. And lastly, what is its compatibility with office computers? Considering that this is an HP OEM card, you're gonna have it work with pre-built computers, but your mileage may vary. Of course, if you're using an HP computer or desktop, then you'll have better luck there than with any other model. The 460 did not work on my Dell Inspiron 620, despite my 750 Ti functioning properly with the desktop. On the other hand though, I have used the MSI Gaming X OC version of the RX 460 with my Lenovo ThinkPad desktop that worked perfectly fine. So again, your mileage really does vary. In my experience, Dell pre-builds are a little bit more finicky with AMD video cards than with NVIDIA versions, so I would say kind of stay well from older Dell models. Newer Dell models, that's probably changed a little bit, but do some research, try to figure out which one works best for you. The OEM RX 460 is absolutely without a doubt the new budget killer for pretty much anyone who wants to get into entry-level PC gaming. For 50 bucks, you get yourself a video card that's readily available. It's affordable, it plays all of the games that you could ask for, even if you need to lower settings a little bit, and it works with most pre-built computers. Honestly, that's all you can ask for. And although the 750 Ti is still a solid option, the 460 is a better choice nowadays. Unless of course you have an older Dell pre-built that just won't work well with the RX 460. That's obviously a valid reason. But that is it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, then leave a like. And if you loved it, share, subscribe, all of that wonderful stuff. Be sure to stick around for the next video because I'm gonna do something a little bit interesting with RTX cards. I'm not sure if my RTX card is back there. It was there in my previous video, but yeah, stick around for that. If you guys really enjoyed it, then go check out my Patreon. You will get tons of perks for supporting me. It's only a few bucks a month. It's less than a coffee a month. And it really does help all the resources go back into the channel to help make this as high of quality and consistent as possible. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.